Mahatma poet, Annapurna Sharma Sahiba say, I will request him to come on the mic.
Good morning. Respected Chair, fellow participants, audience, good morning to all of you. Most of my writings, whether short stories and poetry, has always been about women. And most of the time, these themes were about that woman who endures everything in her life, and maybe she does not even know what, she's not even aware of the things that she's going to, the pain that she's enduring. And her life is filled with melancholy and mellowness. So today I'll be reading the poetry about some women like that. So my first poetry is about a toddy seller. I think all of you know toddy is that which is taken from the palm trees, either early in the morning or in the evening, and then it is sold at the village crossroads. So it is about this woman who sells toddy. The poem is Rangi, the toddy seller. She hates the season. She hates the early morning sun, the sweet sourness of toddy. How she hates it. He tells her, Rangi, come fast. I'm off to collect toddy. How her body aches to get up from the coziness of sleep. Toddy is like buttermilk, only that the palm adds its sweetness. Melancholia mixes with mesmerization as she collects it in one pot and sits at the crossroads. As the sun climbs the sky, the palm toddy loses its sweetness. Ranga taught her to taste it. Ranga is her husband. Ranga taught her to taste it, to add some sugar to it, to make it sweeter when it sours, just as she with him. She hates the smell like the rotten curd or the brokenness of her life, souring and souring. Each time she adds more and more sugar and sips a drop from her palm. Her lost love is strongly bonded with the toxicity of toddy. Who said moonlight is white? Her toddy, her life, when she drinks it, it is white. In fact, fairer. When the other men who come to buy the toddy scramble to buy bottles from her, ogle at her, and there were others that stopped to drink from the palm cups that she had made. They ask her, did you mix love looks in it to make it toxic than ever? She stoops down to look at the oodles of fat, stealthily staring at the men from the folds of her sari, trying to escape the clutches of her marital bond, to elope with the looks of the men. She knows the heat building within and without. She merely stares at the bloodstains that the palm leaves paint on her fingers. She grasps at the unrestrained leaf to make one cup, but the leaves lose no time to remind her of her status. She hates it all. How she wishes she could be home, letting the baby suckle from her warmth, letting the hearth cook her love. She waits for the night to descend, to drag herself back to the dwelling. Ranga beats her for wasting the spoilt toddy. Was it her fault? If only a few came to drink from her eyes, he tells her to dress better the next day. The toxicity of the toddy vanishes with his manliness. She tries to sleep, nursing the bruises. She wishes the sun didn't rise the next day. She hates being the toddy seller. I would like to read the next poem. This is about the woman who fetches water. Even now we have in most of the villages who walk miles to fetch water. And sometimes even the animals, the domesticated animals that are there in the house can feel what she is going through. So this is the title of the poem is, I Long to Sing You a Summer Song. Resting in the shade of Babul, I await your return, the silence of your footsteps, the mellowness of your being. When you set out, the sun was bleeding, redness from your veins. Limping across the bone-dry landscape, you fetch 3 pitchers of water, 1 for me and 2 for your folks. It is the sheep that is telling her, 1 for me and 2 for your folks. I long to sing you a summer song, melding your ossified heart. I desire to write endless poetry with cracks in your feet and aches in your arm. I yearn to become the prince of your dreams, unleashing my energies to dig a well with you in your backyard and threaten the sun crossing the line at 50. I crave to plant orchids in your parched courtyard and rain the sand dunes from rolling over your cheeks, sprinkling yellows of bubble on the roof, licking echoes of contorted tongues, driving away the perfidest creature in your bed. This birth, I repay your summer love with my fleece in naked winter. It's a sheep that is telling that in summer, the water that you have given me, so I'll be repaying it with the fleece in winter. You splash blue from your dupatta onto the dead skies of Churu, into the silent waters. I wish to be reborn as a verse from your womb. So the sheep wants to be born again to repay her. She wants to be born as a child in next birth. Now the third poem, At Square One. This is about that woman who just treats and goes ahead in life without even understanding that she is still there at square one, when the entire world has gone forward and ahead. Okay? When I was 5, "Don't you go out," screamed my father. I stared. As bullock carts and cycles strolled, as the red mud flew with the wind to make love to the green grass, people strode with bundles on their heads and burdens in their lunchboxes. "You can't cross the road," he said. When I was 15, "Don't go out," advised my husband. I gaped. As auto rickshaws, scooters, and cars plied, as the gravel grunted and hissed, crushed with time with the gravity of life, "You can't cross the road," he said. When I was 40, "Take my hand and cross," said my son. I followed implicitly. Midway, my legs refused to move. I stood stoic, vehicles zooming around me, above me. I look up at the clear sky. The sun blinded me and dazed me. He dragged me to safety, to the fringes of the other side of the road. I look back. My shadow on the other side. It was still there where I began my journey. My physical self has crossed the peripheries, those ephemeral boundaries that kept me alive, but I was there, still there, waiting to get up and walk on my own. I was never given a chance. I was there, poor, pathetic, and pitiable. The whole world transformed. I came from a village to town to city, but I was just there at square one, with only a square meal a day and never to cross the road again. Do I have time? Thank you very much, Sahitya Akademi, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. अब मैं रघुनाथ